Welcome back to the vlog. I am so glad you're here. This has been so much fun. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting so far. I've been hearing from a lot of people that I really haven't talked to in a long time, and it's so great to hear from everybody. And this is already working. I'm 3 videos in and really getting to reconnect and connect with all kinds of great people. So keep reaching out, keep sending me emails, texts, leaving comments. I love hearing from you. We have over 50,000 thoughts a day, 50,000 thoughts, and it's estimated around 75% of those are negative, counterproductive, are about fear and doubt and worry and about what could go wrong, causing us anxiety and giving us that, stressful feeling. So the question is why? We've all heard the advice, stay positive, and you got to think positive, and you got to have gratitude, and you got to do all those great things. But why? Why do we have to work so hard at being positive? Our brain's pretty smart, so doesn't it know that we should be positive? But think about it. If your brain only had one single solitary job, what would it be? Well, it would be to ensure that you survive. It would be all about survival. Your brain is number one job. The first thing it filters information through, the very first filter is survival. It is so dead set on what is going to cause you pain because its job is to keep you away from that pain. But in order to keep you away from pain, it has to know where that pain is. Okay, so all day, every day, 24/7, it is scanning for pain. It's scanning for things that could go wrong. It's scanning for where your abilities are limited. It's scanning for what could hurt you. And none of it's always true. It's just possibilities. It's just giving you the safety report day in and day out. This is why a lot of people walk around and they're so cranky and angry and frustrated and tired and sick and hateful and just repelling everything, is because they're letting the back of their brain run the show. They're letting the most paranoid part of their brain run everything. But that's not you. That first rush of doubt, that first rush of nervousness, of uncertainty, first rush of insecurity, that's not you. That's the back of your brain looking out for you. It's just sending you the safety report. It's just telling you, hey, this is what could go wrong. Take your car, for example. On your car, while you're driving down the road, you have this dashboard in front of you. All these lights pop up on your dashboard. What are some of those lights? Check engine, low gas, low tire pressure, low oil, your trunk's open. Okay, all these warning signals. Its job is to let you know when the car might not be safe. Is there a light that pops up that says, hey, enjoy the ride? No. Is there a light that pops up that says, hey, turn the radio up, put the pedal to the metal, roll the window down, let your hair out? No, there is not, because the car says, look, I'm going to make sure the car is safe. I'll let you know if anything is going wrong. If you want to do any of that other crap, I'll leave it up to you. We need that. We need it to happen automatically because we're not that smart. I remember back when I was a kid, back home in North Dakota, back in Shell Creek, we had this house out in the country, and nobody had lived in it for a while, and the grass grew really tall, and so we were going out there to kind of clean it up and I don't know, maybe sell it or rent it or something, I can't remember. But we as a family, we went out there to clean all this stuff up and mow the grass and make it look good out there. And I remember walking along. For some reason, out of the blue, out of nowhere, I froze a little bit and my heart started to race. I got a sick feeling in my throat and in my stomach, and I didn't know what was going on. So then I started to look around, started to scan my environment, and there was a rattlesnake right there. Think about that for a second. My brain knew I was in danger before I did, before the front of my brain knew. Okay, so that part of your brain works a lot faster, and it doesn't have the capacity for language. So all it can do is just sort of punch you in the gut, and that's going to happen automatically. So remember, that first jolt, that first nervousness, that first anxiety, that's not you. That's just the back of your brain. And then from there, you can determine what's a threat and what's not a threat, and then how to move forward. Think about Iron Man. Anybody ever seen the movie Iron Man out there? Who's Jarvis? When Tony Stark is in the Iron Man suit, he has Jarvis. He has a personal assistant. He has this artificial intelligence that's always looking out for him in the suit. Jarvis's job is to say, hey, we're low on fuel, or we only got 1 missile left, or there's a bogey on our 6, or we really shouldn't, fly that high without de-icing. whatever the case is. But does Tony Stark always listen to Jarvis? No chance, because Tony Stark's got way cooler things to do than just to be safe. Just listen to your brain's safety report and then determine the course of action going forward. And so this is why we absolutely need to set goals. This is why we have to have a vision for ourselves. This is why it's so critical to have a bucket list. Okay, so I want to challenge you to create your own bucket list. It's really simple. Just list off all the experiences that you want to have, places you want to go, people you want to meet, things you want to do with certain people, things you want to learn, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do in life, man, write it all down. If you don't, 75% of your thoughts are going to be about what you don't want. And you're just going to be living in reaction to those fears. You're just going to go around bouncing around from fear to fear. You're going to go over here and you're going to be like, oh, that's scary, I'll move away from that. Then you're going to go over here and you go, oh, that's scary, I'm going to move away from that. And then you go over here and, oh, that's scary, I'm going to move around with that. So you just bounce around from fear to fear and you never actually get anywhere. You spend most of your time bailing water out of your own boat rather than getting downstream somewhere. So we have to be very deliberate about the experiences that we want to create. Because our brain, it's going to automatically give us danger and give us threat. So all day, every day, our brain is just scanning for threats. And if we're just reacting to those threats, then we don't actually get what we want. So that's my challenge to you. Create a bucket list. Write down all the experiences that you want to have. So then you finally know, then you know what's important. Then you know when to tell the back of your brain, no, I'm choosing this instead. Because then you'll know what a real threat is and what a real threat isn't. Then you'll know the course of action. Then you'll know what to ignore. You'll know what to brush off. You'll know what to actually attack and what to actually make better and what fears are actually valid in your life, right? Because you got to know where you're going. So create that bucket list. Leave a few of your top items on your bucket list down in the comments so we can all share. Let's start thinking about where we want to go. We got to have that vision so we know what's important in our life. Thanks for watching. Can't wait to hear from you.